Pocket hole joinery is a fast, easy way of joining pieces of timber together using self-tapping screws. This is the UJK Pocket Hole Jig, which comprises of the jig, a hex shank step drill bit which has a parabolic flute for faster chip clearance, a stop collar which attaches to this drill bit to limit the depth of hole. It also comes supplied with a hex shank Torx screwdriver bit, and the hex shank is an advantage, allowing a fast changeover from drilling to screw driving afterwards. As you can see, I have the jig secured here to a baseboard with 4 screws, and then the baseboard is clamped onto my workbench. The jig is all metal construction and features hardened steel bushes and a fast acting clamp for holding the material in the jig whilst drilling. The timber I'm going to be using today is 20mm in thickness, and provision is made on the jig for accommodating different thicknesses of timber. And it's a simple matter of adjusting the drilling block and using the metric scales provided. The material I'm going to be using is 20mm, so I need to change the setting from what it is at the moment by removing these bolts, and I'll just raise the drilling block up to the 18mm mark and reinsert the bolts at a different point. Now the 18mm setting will cover a range of material thicknesses from 18 to 23mm. So I'll just tighten that one, make sure they're nice and secure, and now it's all set for the 20mm thickness of material I'm going to be using. Now before I put the piece of timber in and clamp it in place, I have to set my hole depth which I'm going to drill into this piece of timber. Now to do that, I find it's easiest to put the stop collar on, and then using a 2p piece placed on the jig like so, all I have to do then is insert the drill bit through the bushing and down onto the 2p piece. Now with the stop collar resting on the bushing at the top there, I now merely have to tighten up that, and that should give me the correct position. What this means is that when I drill my hole, the drill bit should come just before the breakout point so that it won't come out the other side of the timber. Okay, so now I'm going to place the timber into the jig, hold the timber and bring the clamp up. If the clamp did need adjusting, all I would have to do is a quick twist on this nut here to get the correct setting. I have preset it so it's a nice snug push fit to hold the work securely in the jig. Now that's a quick and easy operation, and those holes now produced will accept the self-tapping screws that I need to hold my joint together. And that's how simple it is to do a pocket hole joint. Really fast and easy, and as I say, it can be dismantled at a later date if required. No glue required, so an excellent method of joinery. A range of accessories are available for the UJK Pocket Hole Jig, and one of the most useful of these is the vacuum adapter. Now this fits onto the jig at the side here, and what that does is it gives a nice clean working environment and more efficient drilling. It's held on with a couple of Allen bolts, and I'll just align up the holes there. Drop those in, just nip them up tight. Now the diameter of this is 41mm. Now the best thing I've found is one of our stepped vacuum adapters, which just simply fits over there like so, and that can be cut off to whatever diameter you require. Wow, look at that, no dust. Some more useful accessories allow you to use the pocket hole jig in a different way. The drilling block here is detachable, and by removing this it allows you to actually take the jig to your work. For instance, you would use this if your work was too large to fit in the jig, or maybe it just, it just couldn't be brought to the jig to use. So I'm going to remove the drilling block from the jig, and there's 4 fixing bolts under here, so you just take an Allen key and slacken those off. Right, I've now detached the drilling block from the jig, and as you can see, there is a recess machined into the block there. Now this is so that the plates on the clamp can fit neatly into there, and you can clamp the block onto a piece of wood. Now, an instance I can see for using this might be for repairing a dining table perhaps, whereby this could be placed against the back of the rail, against the leg, and then the clamp could be put into place holding the block against the rail of the table, and a couple of pocket hole screws could be, the pocket holes could be drilled and then screws inserted, helping to strengthen the table without taking it apart. Now the portable plate, this is attached to the end of the drilling block here, and I will do this using the same screws that we used to hold the block in place on the actual jig itself. Now the same scale settings apply when using the jig in this manner, so the different thicknesses of timber can be accommodated purely by adjusting the scale setting here again. With the portable plate secured in position and the scale setting set for the thickness of the timber I'm going to be working with, it's just a simple matter then of taking it over to the workpiece, placing it on the end of the timber and centralising it. You'll notice the portable plate is registered against the end of the timber to give the correct alignment, and then it's just a simple matter of placing a clamp on here and securing in place ready for drilling. Right, well that's my 2 holes drilled now, and I just need to assemble the joint. For joint assembly, the UJK joint alignment clamp is a useful accessory. It's all metal construction, and it has a fast acting arrangement so that you can adjust for material thickness. The nylon pin simply locates into the pocket hole, and then it pulls the joint together whilst you're driving the first self-tapping screw. Now I'll show you how that's done. So I'll just push that into the pocket hole there, and then I'll bring up my other piece of timber, and then I just simply align the joint like so. Now I will just bring the pad into position and tighten the clamp. Okay, now that joint's ready for assembly there. So what I need to do now is swap my drill bit for a screwdriver bit. The hex shank makes this very fast and easy. I need to change the speed setting to the low setting, and the clutch needs to be changed so that it won't overdrive the screw. Right, now the joint clamp can come off, and the other screw can be put in. And there you have it, a nice secured joint requiring no glue, and it can be dismantled at a later date if required. For successful pocket hole joinery, it is important to select the correct length and type of screw. Now UJK offers individual boxes of 100 or 500 screws, and these are Torx drive washer headed screws. Now they are available in fine thread for hardwoods or coarse thread for softwoods, and a great way to buy these is to buy the 1000 screw trade pack of assorted screws. Now these would be suitable for a variety of material thicknesses and applications. Now that I've shown you how to use the UJK Pocket Hole Jig, a great way to buy this jig is buying the complete kit with a range of additional accessories. These include the clamp, the portable plate, the vacuum extraction adapter, and a great range of assorted screws. Now I can thoroughly recommend the UJK Pocket Hole Jig for fast, accurate pocket hole joinery.